as far as we can go tonight. But before we get into that, I want us to look at some insights about influence. Remember, the leadership as influence. So I want us to just take a look at some insights about influence. So some key things to note about influence, some important things you need to know when it comes to influence is that, number one, if everyone influences somebody, ability to influence somebody. You know, last week I said we said that about, I mean, every person has the ability to influence at least 10,000 people in their lifetime. And I said, even a baby will influence the way the mother sleeps. Even the one that is still in the womb is going to influence even what the mother eats. When she steps out, when she comes back, how she walks, everything. So everyone, including the born and unborn babies, influences somebody. They influence somebody. I remember when I was growing up, they used to say that a person and does not watch. We influence. We don't always know. Thirdly, the best investment in tomorrow is to develop your influence. Today, somebody, even the most introverted, I just said, will influence at least 10,000 people in their lifetime. At least 10,000 people in their lifetime. Now, every day you influence others, and you are influenced by others as well. And that means no one is excluded from being a leader and a follower at the same time. So we are all leaders, and at the same time, we are followers. You know, there are people I'm looking up to, but there are also people I am looking up to. There are people I am seriously. There are people I'm following. I was meeting one of my coaches yesterday. She was on her way traveling to out of the country, her country, and we're catching up somewhere around the airport. She was at the airport, and I had to catch up with her. There was some rush. I look up to her. I'm telling you, I look up to her. She's almost like everything that I like in a woman. This woman is a billionaire. And I'm telling myself, guess what? I want to be a billionaire too, like her. So everybody is either from you are leading and you are also following. Some people are looking up to you, you two are looking up to others. At any given time, with any group of people, influence is always happening. Go to a party, go anywhere, any group of people, somebody's influencing somebody. It could just be the way people are dressed. You look at somebody's dress, oh my goodness, I love this dress, I'm going to copy it. Influence, straight. Many people have been influenced by the way others dress. For example, a child that lives at home, talking about everybody influencing, the number of people influencing you in a day, everyone influences someone. When a child leaves the home in the morning, that morning, they are being influenced by their mothers. The mother who wakes them, go and take your, at that moment, the mother is influencing them. They are under the influence of their teacher. When they leave school, maybe during break, and they are outside playing, they are under the influence of their friends. Right? That's why everyone influences someone. They are playing, they are chatting, they are talking, they are influencing one another. And if you are observant, you can discover in these people that there is you can always discover the ability, the leadership abilities in people around you, right? When people are in a group, you can discover the people that stand out with leadership qualities. You can already see them, you can perceive them. Because titles and positions don't really matter. We're going to get there. You can pick a leader. Just watch people as they walk to resolve issue or make decisions. Observe them as they manifest their assignments. You pick leaders in them. You will find out that there are some people whose opinions seem to be more valuable than others. Those are the leaders. There are people that others quickly agree with them. They don't struggle to win agreement from others. People just agree with them with ease. Right? So if you put in the effort into developing yourself as a leader, you have the potential to influence more people, and to do so in a more significant way, or in more significant ways. If you develop you'll be able to influence more people and in more significant ways. It is often said in leadership that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. That was us talking about everyone influences someone. We don't always know who or how we influence. Yeah. Sometimes you don't always know who or how you influence people. You may not know. There are days I've just gotten in some places and I meet somebody saying, "Hey, mommy, I remember the day when we were in church, you said this. I don't remember the thing. I don't even remember the thing." And somebody is saying something I said years ago, several years back. So you don't always know who you are influencing. Think of the people who influence even you in powerful ways, or even in little things that meant a lot to you. Some of us who have never forgotten our teachers that taught us in primary school. We've never forgotten. There was a day we used to leave our primary school and go to go and do domestic science in another center, which was a little bit far from school. So one of the days we went for the thing and we had to come back to school because we were in class 7. We had to come back for classes. And we left from the domestic science center and came back late. And here is this doing something they call stretching. They will hold your hands and some other person will hold your legs. And then the teacher will stand with it. Jesus. No, I've never had that experience. Like, I saw the people were on the queue, they were going, they were weeping, they were going and they were weeping. And I was looking at this thing like, really? This thing I'm seeing? So when it got to my turn, there was a disaster, there was a chaos because I didn't know how I could let my hands and arms and just free my butt to be in that manner. So the whole there was a disaster, the whole class was just, it was a fight. I've never forgotten that. I have never forgotten that easily. As you grow up in life, you encounter people, you encounter, circumstances that make you never forget something. That's influence. We are influenced every day by so many people. Sometimes small things like this, they make a very big impression. Make a very big impression. Doesn't have to be a big something, but they give a very big impression. We've all been molded into the people that we are by those influences. Who you are today is a result, sort of, you were influenced by someone. And there have been encounters of just seconds, little moments like this that have left impressions for life. People have gone through a lot that have left lasting impressions, mysterious and hard to understand. You may not understand, but there has been an influence. And yet, out of every one of us, continuously, virtue goes out. Every day, you are influencing in one way or the other. And you influence either to heal, to bless, to leave marks of beauty, or to wound, to hurt, to poison, to stain other lives. Influence. Opportunity to work with a lot of people who have been wounded in life. And these people doing this, they knew nothing about influence. Because how can a negative influence be the thing you want to live here on earth? You see what ignorance can push some people into. You see adults that rape babies. I had to talk with one of recent who have been raped repeatedly by people, by relatives, by close relatives. Influence. Those things are stuck there. Some people have not been able to heal from the marks that some people left in their lives. Influence. It's important to note this about influence so that you can intentionally, deliberately build the right influence. So that you can build the type of influence that you'll be happy to know about even years down the line. How are you influencing the people who are around you? And that was the second. The third one is the best investment in tomorrow is to develop your influence. To develop your influence. What is your greatest investment possibility for the future? Is it real estate? Is it some people want to do taxi? Is it more education? You know, there are many things that people really want to invest in their future and they're looking at. Maybe real estate, maybe a car business, maybe any kind of business. People do a lot of things. Maybe more education. Let me have a PhD or whatever, masters in something so that you get better. All of these are good. But one of the best investments that you can make in yourself is to develop your influence. Grow your influence. When I understood this in 2019, by the time I understood this at the beginning of 2020, my life began to change. It began to take a different turn. It's not because I have not been learning. I've been learning. I've been doing this part of learning. When I discovered it, there was a remarkable change for the people who knew me before. This is not the me that you used to know 5 years ago, because I didn't even understand the importance of it. I didn't even know what all of that meant. And do you know why you need to invest in your influence? Because in anything that you must accomplish in life, you need people. You need people. Anything big, if you must grow a big company, You can't grow it alone. You can't grow a big you need impact both in your world and wherever you find yourself. You'll be able to make positive impact. Grow your influence. It is very important. To grow. If somebody has a question, the main, but I needed to link this. We see influence, and if we're talking about levels of leadership, we can have this insight about influence. It was important for us to note. So if there's no question, we are going to handle the 5 levels of leadership. The 5 levels of leadership, and this is what we call developing the influencer within you, because there is an influencer within you. In these 5 levels of leadership, we are going to be developing the influencer that is within you. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. And the level that we are to take, don't just want to, there's no covering of syllabus if there is no transformation of life, if there is no elevation taking place. And that's why if you have even just one assignment, it is very important, because every assignment is very intentional to bring your elevation. The questions you'll be answering, they trigger you to think. And while you are thinking is going to push you into some actions. Okay? So I discovered over a couple of years that it takes deliberate efforts to build influence. You must put in the effort. You must be intentional. You must be intentional. Are you just joining the class? Okay. Influence can be developed. That's what is good about the whole thing. The reason why we have the 5 levels of leadership. And this is just to provide a model of influence that can help you better understand the dynamics of leadership. These 5 levels is a breakdown, and in fact, it's a most simplified form of. I've read books on leadership. I attended a few courses on leadership. It's a model. And this will create a roadmap which you can follow. You know, it is often said in leadership that good leaders take complex things and make them simple. But poor leaders, that means bad leaders, they take simple things and complicate them. Something is simple, but you see a poor leader, it makes you think like, oh my goodness, this mountain, can I climb? It becomes so complicated. So when I came across this model of leadership while doing my John Maxwell certification, you know, I thought to myself, if I had known this thing like 20 years ago, my God, I don't know where I could have been by now. These are the things that were going through my mind. I said, why didn't I know this? Why didn't I know these things earlier? I said, if I knew it just In fact, 20 years ago. Oh my God. However, from the time I knew it till now, there has been a drastic, when I say drastic. So it is never too late. It's never too late to start. It is never too late to start. But it is very dangerous to stop learning for any reason. What could be a reason? Age, that you are old, or that what? So it is good to learn these things earlier when you are younger, because that you're going to have enough time to implement them. But then it is still never too late. So those of you who are young and you're already doing this now, in fact, you are blessed, so they should wait for you. The world should wait for you, because I know what this is going to do for you. Okay? Yeah, so because of network issues, when I use my laptop, it's difficult for me to even share my screen, and the thing keeps breaking and stopping, so it makes it difficult. So please bear with me. When this will be resolved, and I'll be able to share my slides with you. But talking about 5 levels of leadership, the first level is position. And in brackets, we put it in brackets, rights. You know, I will say human rights, right? Position in bracket, rights. Right. And what does this mean? People will follow a position leader because they have to. And we say this is the basic, the most basic entry level of leadership. Position. This is the lowest level. Is smallest level before a leader actually develops any real influence. That means maybe you just finished school and you are appointed the principal of a certain school. Okay, can you all hear me? Daisy says network is fluctuating on her side. So I don't know, but can you all see? Please make sure you find a good position where you can sit so that
very
you
clear.
can hear. Find the best position in your house where you are so that you can have good network. Sometimes I face that too. Yeah, so I was saying that position leadership is that kind of you appointed to a post of respect. You have built any influence yet. You have not built influence. You were just placed there. And now I'll give you the characteristics of position leader so that you can understand who they are. Now, these are people who look for their security based on the title more than their talents. So it's about the title they carry. I am the principal of this school. That's why you always hear some of these type of position leaders, they'll be telling you, don't you know that I'm your mother? I'm your this. I'm your boss. Let me tell you, this is the language of position leaders. These are not people who have not built any influence. They are just there by some maybe appointment, maybe they had their uncle, maybe just for any reason you finish school and then they appointed you, or for some reason you are appointed there. You have not yet built influence. And so you need to start telling people who you are. You will bear with me. A lion does not need to tell you that he's a lion when he's passing by the road. Do you need to tell that I'm a lion? When you see a lion, don't you just know one? You know them, right? So a position leader will need to remind you their title. That is this place we are, this place. They have to remind you because that is all they have, that title. They rely on their own leader's influence. That means the person who appointed them or their own boss. They rely on their boss's influence instead of their own personal influence. So they have no influence. The influence is that title or their boss because they don't have their own influence. They can't get people to follow them beyond their defined authority. So the people are only following you because they have to. Their authority does not exceed their job description. That's all they can do. Job description, full stop. And everybody, you just do whatever you're doing there because this is my boss. You sit and choose to follow this person. But they're there because they're your boss. You do whatever you do because this is my boss or this is my whatever they are to you. So position leadership is the best starting point, but it is the worst ending point. You don't end there. You don't start there. Yes, it's a good springboard because already there, if you build influence, you can be able to impact more people. You can influence more people, and you can influence them in more significant ways because you already have their ears. You already have their attention as that whatever the boss you are, the title you have, that position, you have some rights. You have some rights. So that is a good starting point, but that's not a good ending point. So leaders who remain here, they often lead by intimidation, who have refused to grow. From the day they were made discipline master or principal or director, that is all they are carrying. They have not added anything. They have not grown any influence. They have not developed anything. That is all they carry, that title. They end up leading by intimidation. Don't you know that a boss stand in this office? They intimidate you because they have not built influence for people to just follow. They have not built influence. When you hear the language of this type of people, you will just know that. Now, like this, as we are talking like, you're beginning to discover. I know that some of you in some places, in some offices, where you have those type of people that talk to you like this every day. And maybe some of you have been talking to people like that. That is what it means, in case you didn't know. Okay, so the second level of leadership is what we call permission. Permission. Permission, in brackets, relationships. We have relationship in brackets. Now, people follow permission leaders because they want to. Yeah, they're happy to do that. They want to do that. And here, you get people to work for you when they are not obliged to. You're not forced to do. It's not an obligation, but they willingly. They are happy to just do it. Permission. That's the second level. They follow you based on relationship and trust. They know you and they trust you. That's permission leadership. And the characteristics here are what? A permission leader must build relationships. You must be able to build relationships. Because people don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. So a permission leader they thrive on relationships. I want to say it again. People don't really care how much you know. If you like, you have PhD in anything and speak the best grammar. let me tell you, for you to attain this level, you still need to build relationships. Because people do not care. People are always asking this question without speaking. Like, do you really care? They want to know. Everybody around you wants to know whether you care or not.
Are you there, mommy? Looks like the network kicked mommy out. So while she comes back, maybe, yeah, I see Loveline stretching. Loveline, that's a nice one. Yes, maybe someone wants to stretch. Kind of engrossing. I noticed how we all were engrossed, focused, like. So now that mommy is not here, maybe you want to use the opportunity to stretch, please.
Yeah, some people want to stretch. Okay, stretch. You can stretch if you want to stretch. You can relax if you want to relax. Just do one or two things. But okay. So are we all right?
We're fine,
Okay,
mommy.
this network will not be jealous of us. We are making progress, no turning back. No turning back. We are moving forward ever, backward never. Okay, so we are working on the characteristics of a permission leader. That's what we're looking at. A permission leader. And the last thing I was saying was that people don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I said, this is true influence, not the head. It starts from the heart. And this kind of influence flourishes through personal connections and not rules and regulations. Personal connections. Personal connection. So it's not about rules and regulation, it's about personal connection. Permission leaders. The leaders who succeed on this level, you know what happens? They focus their time and energy on the needs and the desires of those on their team, and they connect with them. They connect with the individuals on their team. Have you ever worked in a team where people don't they don't connect, they don't relate well, they don't agree? Well, a lot that you're going to start examining about your own life and see what you can start doing with your own life. Either start doing or stop doing. There are things that you will need to stop, and there are things that you may need to start. And there are things you may need to continue doing. If you're already on the right track, you continue. You know, you can care for people without leading them. But you can't lead people without caring about them. You can't. You can't lead people without caring about them. You can care for people without leading them, yes. But you cannot lead them People will not go along with you if they cannot get along with you. So getting along is key on this level of permission leadership or permission leader. You must be able to get along. You must learn how to get along, learn how to connect, learn how to build relationships. And on level 2, as you connect with people, build relationships with them and earn their trust, you begin to develop real influence with them, because influence begins from the heart. So when you're able to connect with them, building these relationships, you begin to develop real influence. And it makes you more cooperative with one another. So just come to think about a work environment where, people understand one another, you feel for one another, you can cooperate with ease, and the work becomes easier. It makes the environment more positive, a positive environment. Have you ever been in an environment where when you are about to leave the house and go to goodness, I'm going back to that place? Who will be able to share their stories of places they have worked where you don't wake up in the morning, you just go to that job site because of the pay that I have to give you. If I don't go, what will I eat? How will I? You don't feel like, So when you build this kind of permission, when you get to permission, it boosts everybody's energy because you are building relationship genuinely. And in work settings, people stay longer and people work harder. Where you find a permission leader, people, they'll not even look at closing hours. There's no question of, oh no, we're supposed to close at 6. They will be there until they will work harder and work for longer hours without any obligation. Without any obligation. Nobody is holding a whip over them to say you must be here to this hour. You're a permission leader. Now, if you've been given a leadership position and then you've been given your boss's permission to lead, if you've earned influence on level 2, so level 1 is you are operating under your boss's permission. Now, when you move to levels, you've earned influence on level 2, then you have acquired your people's permission to lead full level. That's a powerful. That means you move in level 2, you are able to build those relationships. The influence is already there because when you build relationship, you develop influence. You develop influence, and then you have the permission. The people give you the permission to lead them. They are willing to give you the permission. They are happy to give you permission. However, staying too long on this level without adding level 3 will cause highly motivated people to become very restless. Highly motivated people, they will become very restless. So let's talk the next level, which is production. You cannot overstay in this permission because the permission is good, but you need to move to the next level. Otherwise, the people under your care, they will become over-motivated and become restless because they're looking for what to do, nothing's happening after this, and so what's thing happening? They need to see the next thing that is happening. And that's what takes us to production. Production, in quotes, results. That's the third level. Production, in bracket, results. And it is said that nearly anyone can succeed on the first two levels of leadership. Just nearly anybody can be there, can be relationship. Nearly, may not be all, can succeed on these first two levels of leadership. People can receive position and develop relationships, and which makes them, takes them to a level of permission with little or no innate leadership ability. Yeah, but it is a fact that if you care about people and you are willing to learn how to work with them, you can start to gain influence. But that influence will only go so far. It's limited. Even that influence is a bit limited, right? So we're going to look at the characteristics of production leaders. Production leaders. To really get things going, you need to win the production level. You need to reach this level, production level. And at this level, people follow because of what you have done for the organization. They follow because of what you have done for the organization. So there's always a why for every level. On level 3, people get things done. Is the level of getting things done. Get things done. And they help their team members get things done. And together, they produce results. And that's when good thing. So this production level is the level of getting things done. Results. At this level, productivity goes up. People reach their goals. Profit increases. Morale become high. Team loyalty increases. A lot is happening at this level, at the production level. Because here you can see results clearly. It is said that organizations all over the world, and I bear witness to this, all over the world are searching for people who can produce results. That's what everybody's looking for. People who can produce results. And I used to put it in my own words, even before coming to learn about leadership professionally. I used to put it in my own words that, everybody is looking for some solution, one form of solution or another. Your own solution you're looking for may have a different name from the one I'm looking for. But everybody is looking for solution. And so the best way, I used to say, for people to make money is to start looking for those solutions. What are the solutions that people need? If you can start providing them, provide yourself an organization, look at around what problem do they have here? What solution can I provide for the problems and see? There's some people who are very good at highlighting every problem. Talking from a lot of experience. Highlight every problem, never providing any solution. Production level is result-oriented. We're looking for results. We're not just looking for criticisms, for comments, for what is not going well. There are many people when they come to a place that their noses are searching only for what is not going well. I'm telling you, by the time we finish this course, your approach to life will change greatly. Because sometimes you see people behaving in a way you don't understand. They've been through something, they've learned some things that is just making them look at life in a different way. And you are like, why are they like this? Why are you? Mm. When you acquire the right knowledge, I'm telling you, it shapes everything around your life. Especially when it comes to leadership. The right knowledge will shape your whole life. Organizations are looking for people that can produce results. If you can produce their results, I'm telling you, and organizations with leaders who are effective in leading on the level. Because remember, we talked about position, we talked about permission, now we're talking about production. So this level is where we see results. These people are very result oriented. They produce results. Any day, anytime, they will give you results. They start winning, and when they do, they benefit from it. Because when you bring results, you must benefit from the results. They grow because you must grow. In a good company, if you help to produce results, that company grows, you too must grow. If it's a good company, if it's growing, and you are contributing to the growth of that company, as it is growing, you too, you grow. So production leaders grow. They solve problems more easily. Winning becomes a normal thing. It's a normal. And leading becomes easier. Following becomes fun. You know, seeing their success stories. The work environment, high energy. And it is also good to note this. Most people gravitate to either the permission or the production level of leadership based on whether they tend to be relationship people or result people. So there are people who you used to hear some people say, I'm not a people's person. Who has said that before? Some people will tell you that I'm not a people person. Or some people make a comment about others, say that man is not a people person. This person is not a people person. That means you have just skipped that permission stage. You're not a people person and you want to build influence. Who do you want to influence? You know, and to me, that is such an arrogant statement. I'm not a people. You're a what? Are you not a person? So that is why when we were talking about it, we said people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. So this type of people, you know, people they will end position or result. That means they push short. They can push it, but you are producing those results under strain, miserably, but results are coming. But the people around are wounded, even though there are results, even though this company is making huge amount, but the people is not giving. It's not giving because result oriented. Are you seeing this? At this level, their thing is result. They are not hearing anything. Whether what happened or did not happen with your mother, that what did not happen, does not concern them. Their own is we need result. Result. So if you know, it is something that you have to consciously and living in your own way. People, because they need money, they need life. But permission is absent because there is no relation. So people who naturally build relationships, they may enjoy getting together. This is another thing. Look at it. People who naturally, the people who build relationship with, like in the next be relationship, they may enjoy getting together, but they do it with the sole object of being together and enjoying one another. These are permission people who are extremists, extreme permission people. They just get together. No. If you've ever worked in an environment where meetings are so pleasant and everyone gets along, but nothing gets accomplished. Nothing gets accomplished. Then you may have worked with someone who gets to level 2, but not level 3. The production, the results. They don't do result. They're level 2. That means they're at the level of relationship, fun. They're good. They connect. They vibe very well, vibing. But nothing is accomplished. Mind you. That's why when you find yourself at any level, you need to start striving for the next level. And you can't strive for a level you don't know. Guess what? You can't learn this and you remain the same. And your career does not advance. No. That's why I call this pillar leadership and career advancement. Because the type of leadership you will learn here, your career must move ahead. It must. It must advance. I'm telling you. And if you have ever worked in an environment where meetings are productive, but relationally miserable, relationally miserable, that people are not happy, people are tense, people are stressed. It's not just know that you are surely working for somebody who gets to another level 2. That means they are productive, they are result oriented, but they are not a people person, they are not relation. Remember, permission is relationship. Permission is relationship. And mind you, this is going to apply for everything you do in life. I'm telling you, it's going to apply in parenting. It will apply in business. It will apply in your job site. Let me just come back a little bit to parenting. If you think that you're only going to do your kids by whooping up and down, all those things, let me tell you, you will soon not have them. You will soon not have them. Because they will be there, but they're not there. They will be like this one that says, I am standing, but I'm sitting in my heart. The father says, stand up. She stood. He said, yes, I'm standing, but I'm sitting in my heart. You have those type of people. So this is applicable in many scenarios. Very important, very key, very key, very key. I'm going to run off very soon here and give you room for questions. However, as a leader, if results to relationships and develop a team of people who like each other and get things done, then you have created a powerful combination. Because you need this, you need people, you need results, you need relationship, and you need results. So if you can be able to build that kind of a team where there's a good relationship, and then together you can produce results, you have a powerful team. Not just you having fun, being together, having good meetings, having sweet talk. There are people who are very good at talking. These people can talk very nicely and talk. End of the day, no result. You are cracking your head. The result is not coming. But they are nice. When they talk to you, you feel like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. This is nice. But what is a nice that has no result? And guess what? Results speak very loudly to those we work for and to those we are leading. Results are a game changer. Results. So no matter how sweet tongue you are, if you are not producing, your people, they'll feel you, they'll get it before long. It's sweet, they're enjoying it, but after a while, you become very unproductive, and then they are seeing it. Everybody will see that you are not productive. And this is what every leader should be striving to be productive. In as much as you want to build relationship, learn to be productive. Everybody wants someone who can produce and inspire his teammates to produce alongside. Be an inspiration to your team or your teammates. Okay? So I'll call it done for today. I'll continue with the next 2 levels. God willing, I'll give you the appointment. Next week. We are said our days will be Thursdays. And thank you all for complying to our new date. Thank you for understanding. Now, I want to leave the room for 1 or 2 questions. In short, for me, I'm done for tonight. I want to just leave the room for, if you have a question, let me go from there. You have a take home that struck you in a way, or you have an example of somewhere where you've been, you want to quote us your story that falls into any of the scenarios I've explained, maybe a position leader, permission, or production, you can share with us. So it's an open class now. And remember, I said I love our classes to be more of discussion, so that because we learn a lot from other people's stories. A lot. When people get to share their stories, you start seeing a lot, you learn a lot, you pick a lot from them. So let me hear from anybody that has something to share, a question to ask, or something to share. Now I will go by the names. If somebody is not opting, the first name I see here is Patience. She's laughing. Ask a question or give us your take home. How was the class for you?
I have
If you don't have a question.
a question, and then I also have an input. So let me start by inputting that when it comes to leadership, what you've said really resonated with me, because I used to work in a space. People did not create relationships with each other. There was a lot of tension in relationships. People had envy, or was bitterness or anger, resentment. I was a newbie. I was a newcomer. So coming into this space, I did not know. So as time progressed, I started seeing that some people kept to themselves. And so it was so bad that in the end, there is no production. You're not seeing any gains. You're not seeing any results. So I can really say it's true. What you're saying really resonates with me very highly. Fortunately, I left that space. So I think forward, I would be able to implement what I've learned tonight. And then I have a question. My question goes, in my digital presence, that's within my online sphere, I've tried to enunciate or expatiate on issues of leadership, like talking to young people about leadership from my own petite experiences. But in me, there is fear. So there's just fear of I'm saying, or people, and then you feel like all the work you've put to get this content out will go in vain. So what can you advise to me in this current crisis?
The current crisis. So you fear doing what? What is the fear about? Is it a fear about putting out content, or what do you fear doing?
I've already put out the content. It is there. But every day I'm like, did I really say this? How people take this? Or people laugh at me? Would they even believe what I'm saying? Would it even sit with them well?
I get it. Beautiful. So what you need to do is self-confidence, because the truth is any beginner passes through this stage. I was there. If you've seen me online now, right? I got to a point where I didn't care whether somebody like what I was doing or not doing, but I had a conviction in me about what I wanted to put out there. And you just keep doing, don't stop. There is something you're also going to learn, which is called consistency. And now people are observing from a distance. They may not even like all those things, kind of like online or comment or do anything, but they are observing, they are watching. And there is a day somebody will have a need for that thing you are putting. They will look for you. They will remember that they saw something on you. Even these people, there's nowhere I go to now without meeting somebody who tells me, we are seeing you online. And then I'm like, so where is the following? Where is the like? You are seeing me. I don't see, I don't even see you liking what I'm posting. Like, I'm just short of saying so. I don't say it. This is what really you saw they see. So everywhere you meet somebody, they'll tell you, oh my goodness, I see this. Oh, I like what you're doing. I like what you're posting. You like with their motto. Whereas online, there is an online liking. They don't like it. They don't show it. So, but then keep doing it. If what you are doing is correct, keep doing it. Don't even relent and keep doing, because it is going to pay over time. They say in leadership, consistency compounds. So it is one thing I'm going to tell you. As you have started, just keep doing. Never you quit. The day this thing is going to speak for you, it's not yet here, but it's going to speak for you.
Thank you so much, Coach.
So just have confidence in yourself, conviction in what you're doing, have confidence, and keep doing. Keep doing.
Thank
keep
you.
doing.
Thank you.
And keep learning
Thank
as you are doing.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any other person? Okay, after P, I have Dorcas.
Mommy, I have a
question or contribution. Quick, short.
question.
Who is that, Dorcas? Is that Dorcas speaking? Yes, go ahead. If you have a question, just ask. Because I'm following my list here. After Dorcas, Amy, get ready. After Emilia, Cynthia. Real quick, I'll end somewhere. So if there's
Okay,
somebody
Mommy,
at the
I have
end that
two
the name is not
questions.
closed. Yeah, real quick, give them. I don't want to keep you guys
Okay,
for so long, but give your question.
as you were teaching, I was thinking, like, my question is, I'll go straight
Dorcas,
to
your network,
production leadership.
your network is breaking. So can you type your question on the chat box and they will read it? Please type it here.
Okay.
The network is off. You talk, we hear one word and they will not hear the next word. So just type it, we'll read it. Meanwhile, Emilia, if your network is good, go ahead and share your own question. They will come back and read Dorcas's own when she has finished typing.
Good evening, Mom. I don't have any question. No. I was just trying to align and find myself where I belong to these 3 levels.
Where did you find yourself?
I'm so blessed. I'm in the permission level going to the production level. By God's grace.
Okay. Permission. All right. There is still a lot under this we're going to learn, and you will see a lot, and probably, yeah. Thank you for that. Cynthia, after Cynthia, Mama Delaware, our minister, the woman of God. After Cynthia, I would like to hear your lovely anointed voice. Yes, Cynthia Loom. Cynthia, I was supposed to have a meeting yesterday, a group meeting on WhatsApp at 10. I was so tired when the meeting started. They were now talking until I just got up and took my phone when people have finished talking. I didn't even hear one thing. So, Cynthia, I hope that you are not there. You're not doing that kind of thing. Okay. Delhi, Miss Delaware. Unmute yourself.
Mommy, my is permission leader.
Okay,
the stage.
go ahead. What
I'm
about
very,
permission lead?
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed in this stage because I've discovered something. Since I'm a teacher, I do not find that relationship to be very important, but I've learned a lot from that. That without relationship, you cannot get results. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Permission. Good. It's important, you know. The woman of God,
Yes,
are you where
mommy.
you can speak?
Good
Good.
evening,
Voila.
mommy.
Good
Good
evening,
evening to
woman
all
of
the
God.
elevated team. Thank you.
Mm.
For me, personally, I've gained a lot tonight, and my take home is great leaders simplify the most complicated things, while the bad ones make the easiest things very complicated. I'm at the second level, going to the third level of leadership, and I believe that I'm going to get there.
Mm.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Ma.
You're welcome. Leaders take simple things, complex things and make them simple. To do what? A very simple thing and complicate. Be turning your head upside down. You can even have a headache, you're not getting it. Yep. So, Glory, do you want to say something?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Glory, yes.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
My take
Good
home today
evening.
is the best investment in future is depending on my influence today. That one has been ringing
Beautiful.
right deep in me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Build your influence today. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Jane Francis. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, Mom. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I would just want to put thumb up for these 3 stages of 3 levels because I think I am practicing them in one way or the other, and I think it is really the secret. It's really the secret. Because following my experience, I was first of all a down staff for more than 10 years before becoming a position, then permission, and a production. I think I am the highest trophy winner in my organization because of these 3 things I have put in place, not even knowing that they were written somewhere. There was just divine inspiration. So from the course, I've now learned how to cement them, and I think the result of it coming up with this time around is going to be very more powerful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I bear witness to your growth, your development. Yeah, because for real, you work for long and then you became manager, and then now you are taken again to a bigger. I saw your promotions. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing that. We'll have the opportunity that you can be able to talk some things because it is very good when you live from the practicals to the theory. It's very sweet. You are able to balance some things. You are seeing some things in very clear terms. You know, you're like you are saying that you didn't know that they were written somewhere, but you are living them. You are already living it. So now you're going to be more intentional because even some that you got by mistake or by chance, now you're going to, like you say. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lady Love. Yes, baby girl.
Yes. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One thing, this is very interesting because I think I didn't even know the names. Now we have the names of what we have been seeing, or even the first one position leader. I realized that most of them that are not exposed, they are bullies. Those position leaders, most of them are bullies, and like you said, intimidated, and they want, they want to force. Just like an example, let's just say between a husband and wife relationship, we know that okay, maybe the husband might be the head of the house or something, but he will turn around and tell the wife, "I'm the man in this house. I'm the this, I'm the this," and I'm like, okay, really for relationship like that, or even at the workplace, I am this, and then sometimes they, by their titles, they just want to intimidate people by their titles, and then if you mistakenly miss that title and call them something else, they correct you very fast. They'll correct you. I am not this. I'm Dr. This. So don't call me by this and that. They insist. So now I understand the name. Like you just said it, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really interesting. And then the second, the permission. Permission is really good. Like you said, people don't what's that word? Know whether you care on.
They don't care how much
I
you
want to
know.
use that.
They don't care how much you know.
Yeah, they don't care how much you know. Yes, yes. So in that one is very important because that relationship that you build like that is good, but like you say, you don't want to stay there too long. Move it to production so that we have that relationship you want to the production level. Things start happening. Things start happening. People will just opt to even do things that you didn't even ask them, or when they realize that there's a fault somewhere, they will. And because of that relationship, then once you guys take it to the next level, which is that production and result, you will see that now they will work. They know that you care, and then now they will do like they will take it as if it's their own. You see somebody working for somebody's company, under somebody's company, they take it as if it's theirs because of the relationship that you build, and they will, they will really work with all their heart because they know that if there's an emergency or something, you care about them. If they are sick or there's something, you can go. Don't worry, just those things. So it really makes a whole lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah. So thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Talking about that, you see, like during the events, people who just showed up and said they wanted to help, they want to do this. All those children that were doing me hostesses, they didn't come there for pay. Some of them on this about 2 or 3 of them are here. None of them anything that to usher do what we are thinking about. They just wanted to do something. The relationship, they have known me and they trust me and what we were doing. They had trust in, they believe in it, and they wanted to serve in it, by themselves. Thank you so much for sharing that. Laura, great. Is she there? If Laura is not there, let's listen for Millie, all the way from Congo, Brazza. If Laura is there, go ahead. If Laura is not there, Millie, take over. Do you have any take home, any contribution or any question from the time you joined?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mama.
Good evening. Good to see you.
I'm happy. Yeah. I'm just coming in. Today is our 44th anniversary commission, so we went for the celebration.
Oh wow!
So I'm sorry.
Congratulations!
Yes. So I was busy taking notes. I was busy writing because from the point I joined, it's so interesting, and
I think for everyone that has joined this course, these 12 pillars, I'm saying congratulations to you, because I've already seen it already, that is moving us to another level, another dimension, friend. And I know God will glorify himself through this course in the mighty name of Jesus. But going through these 3 stages of them down, and I am thinking deep, and I want to add something to this. I don't know if it's in line with your concept.
Okay.
The position stage, the permission stage, and then the production stage. Now, we are stopped at that stage where we keep giving. We are so I've found that self listening to this is as things are working, is what I'm doing, is it really working for me? That's the question. If has the experience where you keep pushing things to work, you keep sure that you crash the goals, but you find that deep inside of you, there's a part of you that you feel things are for me as I want it. Yes, I'm successful when we set goals and we accomplish them. But then for me in my own life, I don't know, maybe if I didn't get the concept deeper as suppose was an act. Thank you, Mama.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yes.
So in the course of, because we have not yet reached, we have just done 3, or reach level 5, because we have 5 levels of leadership to deal with. So in the course of it, by the time we'll be running over leadership, there are many questions of yours that will be answered. So many questions that you will just see in the course of the course. You will see them, you will see the answers. Don't even bother yourself. And then life too is also about a balance. Because in as much as you want to build relationships, they have to be balanced in a way. You build relationship, that's the permission level, and then production level. And we said this combination is what really gives something that is powerful. If you combine the two, it gives you a powerful team, and you can achieve anything together with this team. So maybe you are still at a certain level where because when the achievement will go off the roof, leave it. That gap will be filled. You somehow you get to a level of fulfillment. But let's go to the next. When we go to the next level, then you will discover something. You'll start seeing some answers. Let me leave it now for now. When we get to the level 4 and 5, you'll see some answers there.